'cause I love this land. It takes my breath away.
Welcome to Texas 10. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Traveling Steve.
I never know how he's going to introduce himself. Well, since you're Traveling Steve, I think we should really travel and go to Paris.
Paris, yes, let's go to Paris. We can see the Eiffel Tower. It'll be so romantic.
It will.
Right.
But we're going to keep it in Texas. Did you know that
Even
there
better.
is a Paris, Texas, and it does have an Eiffel Tower?
That is one thing. So Paris, Texas, a lot of people know it because there was a movie, Paris, Texas, written by Sam Shepard, starring Harry Dean Stanton. And so it became sort of famous for that. But beyond that, it deserves to be famous.
It is. It's pretty far east Texas, and it is a pretty little town. I absolutely love going to Paris.
So we visited the first time. We did a trip on 82, State Highway 82. We started in Gainesville and ended up in Texarkana, and it pretty much runs parallel to the Red River, and most of those counties are the counties that are bordering Oklahoma. And so you go through Sherman and Bonham, and then I believe next is Paris, and then Clarksville, and then Texarkana. And it's interesting that because some of them are very small.
Right.
But Paris has got some heft to it.
You know, the thing about Paris, and there's big farming communities around it. In fact, one of my friends has friends that farm up there, but it's like you come to the city. The city center has a really beautiful fountain and kind of like a very small Central Park feel, but it's really beautiful.
But it's a big square.
Yes.
Really big square.
And great shopping, great buildings. It has one of my favorite gridiron buildings that I've ever seen. Really, really beautiful. They're redoing it right now.
And so there's the gridiron building, and it's a great piece of architecture. There's a real department store there, old-time department store.
Spangler's.
Is that it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And it has the old look. It has the original old sign. It's very cool.
And then they have two theaters downtown, and I think one's being restored and one is operating, but they're both great-looking theaters. And there's streets that actually offshoot off the main square. So it's a very active, along that 82 route, it's the biggest in terms of town squares. It's even bigger than Texarkana, which is sort of hard to find the town square to it.
So I kind of feel like everyone comes down to the city, and Paris has that city feel. In fact, it has really, I always talk about shopping, but there's the Soho Boutique, which is kind of on one of those side streets. In fact, I got this shirt at the Soho Boutique. Yes, shout out to them. And they have great, really kind of high-end dresses and clothes. Loved shoes. I loved that boutique. It was really fabulous.
And so it has all sorts, it's big enough that it has small shops that are unique and can make it. My favorite is the Paris Grocers.
Oh, that was awesome.
It's a really cool little place. It's like I said, it's a small shop, not very big, but it has very interesting things in it.
Right. All food items.
All food items. So if you've run out of stuff to eat and drink and snacks in your car on your 82 trip, make sure you stop at the Paris Grocers and refill.
And I thought you were going to say the hat store.
Another place that was unique. We've traveled all over Texas. We have not seen this before.
So remind me the badge hats. They're like baseball hats. Badge caps. They're like baseball hats, but they have like these little metal plates that they put on the cap. They're very, very, very cool. It's hard to describe, but they are awesome.
And they have some that are pre-designed, but they'll design your own too if you wanted. So if you've got a company it would be a very cool swag sort of thing. Yeah. And so maybe someday you'll see Texas 10 badge caps.
Yeah,
right?
I would think that would be awesome.
Okay.
And then, the afternoon, if you've shopped and you need a little treat, go to the old bank building, and it's a Sunday in Paris. Get it? You can have a
Yes,
sundae.
I did get it. I got it several times, I think.
They have great ice cream. It's a little sundae shop, and I just love the name. They're just so clever in Paris. A sundae in Paris.
They are very clever in Paris.
love it.
And there are some, there's like a high-end place, 107, I think. We didn't get to eat there. There's a Roadhouse Diner, not Texas Roadhouse, but that's the name of it. And so it's big enough that you have a wide selection of places to eat. If you want pizza, you can find pizza. You can do all of those things. You can find it all on Texas10.com. But you can spend a day easily.
Honestly, it's a great little getaway weekend, and they have concerts on Friday nights. We were staying somewhere else, and so we didn't get to go back. But my friend at Soho, I feel like she was my friend by the end we were there. She was
you paid her.
She was an
she was
an educator, so we had a lot in common. She had been a superintendent, I think, and so we had a lot in common. We talked and talked, and Steve was like, "It's time to go." But she was telling us how great that everyone turns out on the square for the music in the summer.
So it's interesting. They can do that because the courthouse isn't on the square, and like Melissa was saying, it's a pretty big chunk of land. And we've talked before about Grand Texas being the biggest square in Texas. I'll give it to them, but Paris has got to be pretty close.
Yeah.
And so they can put a lot of people out there, and I think they draw some pretty big regional names for their concerts.
And it has one of our very favorite murals. We have it up. It's the cowboy reaching for his Dr. Pepper, and it has the Eiffel Tower with the cowboy hat and back. It is a really great mural.
Okay. And so we mentioned that there is an Eiffel Tower in Paris. So why don't we learn about the Eiffel Tower?
So you have to, I mean, it's kind of out of ways. And so we were super excited, and I thought I was going to see this.
You've been to the Eiffel Tower.
I have been to the actual Eiffel Tower. And although I didn't expect it to be that, I was kind of surprised because the pictures make it look big, and it's so Texan. It does have a cowboy hat on the top of it.
I loved it.
I loved it too. But it's really not very big, so you should prepare yourself.
Right.
But I love the twist of putting the cowboy hat on top of the Eiffel Tower.
It's a great photo op. It is an awesome photo op. It sort of says Paris. But then the other interesting photo op.
I was going to say, that was not my favorite scavenger hunt item. So you have to kind of hunt for the Eiffel Tower. And everyone told us about the cemetery. They have a beautiful old cemetery.
And it's big.
It is really big. And they said you have to go to the cemetery and find the Texas Jesus. I was like, what? They're like, yes, there's a Jesus with boots on. True.
Yes.
So we drove through and walked through that cemetery. And true enough, there is this.
And it's not little.
It's big, like a big statue of Jesus, and it looks like he has cowboy boots on.
I think it doesn't look like he has cowboy boots on, which, if Jesus was here today, he'd probably.
He'd pretty love Texas.
Well, Tacovas are as comfortable as sandals. I'm going to say that. And so maybe I think Jesus Tacovas, right?
Yes. So honestly, you got to go find the cowboy boot scuffling Texas Jesus.
Excellent.
Anyway.
So that's Paris. It is the county seat of Lamar County. I don't know that we said that.
No,
so Lamar County. I'm guessing after Marabou Lamar, the second president of this Republic of Texas, right up there off Highway 82. It's a little bit difficult to get to. If you're coming from Dallas, it's not so bad, but otherwise you're to get there going north-south, you're going to be on a country road or whatnot, but it's worth it.
Which is awesome. It's always worth going on the small roads, so.
Well, Paris in particular, like I said, it does have at least a mid-sized city feel to it.
Right.
And they are obviously working hard and again, it's a very active square, so they've got a lot of commerce going on, but it seems like everything will be filled up here in a year or two.
Right. Well, and it's like I said, it is a regional little town where a lot of the folks who are farmers and stuff who live around, that's the closest town with the best shopping and to go to.
Right,
so.
Because every farmer wants the Soho boutique, I think.
Well, every farmer's wife wants the Soho boutique,
what do
for
you know
sure.
about being a farmer's wife?
Well, they like nice dresses too.
I'm sure they do.
Anyway, it's a great great town. And I think you should take some time to be a little international.
That's
Go
right.
to Paris.
Right.
And if you're on a budget and you want to tell your friends you went to someplace great, you say, I went to Paris this summer. And
Or-
that's all you have to say. And you're going to have a great time.
Or guys, if you need to propose, take her to Paris, right in
Wouldn't
front of
that
the
be so
Eiffel
cute?
Tower.
That
There
would
you
be
go.
so amazing.
Right.
Do that and take pictures and send them to us.
All right.
So we hope you will keep following us here on Texas 10. We hope you will go to these little out-of-the-way towns.
Right. And so on our podcast, we'd love it if you would comment, like, subscribe in particular, share, and even if you don't do the social media stuff, if you just tell a friend about Paris, Texas, or about Paris, Texas, and about Texas 10, that would be great.
So keep traveling in Texas and make it spicy. Go to Paris. Well, I mean, like a spicy, like it's a really cool trip.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking more of souffles, but oh well. Bye.
And I love this land. It takes my breath away. From the Palo Duro to the Gulf Coast plain. From the heart of the hill country to the piney wood shade. I love this land. It takes my breath away.